Hello everyone. This is the dissection of the cubital fossa. The cubital fossa is a roof, floor, content. The roof is formed by the overlying skin, superficial fascia and deep fascia. The superficial fascia in the roof contains, literally, this is the cephalic vein. This is the cephalic vein running along with cephalic vein. This is the lateral cutaneous knob of forearm. The lateral cutaneous knob of forearm is a continuation of musculocutaneous knob. Medially, this is the basilic vein. This is the basilic vein, and running along with basilic vein, this is the medial cutaneous knob of forearm. This obliquely running vein, joining the cephalic and the basilic vein, this is the median cubital vein. So this is the median cubital vein, and deep to it, this aponeurotic expansion from the lower end of the tendon of the biceps brachii. This is the tendon of biceps brachii, and this expansion going medially and merging with the deep fascia of the forearm. This is the bicipital aponeurosis. So these are the structures in the superficial fascia of the roof, namely cephalic vein, the lateral cutaneous knob of forearm, basilic vein, and the medial cutaneous knob of forearm, median cubital vein, and the bicipital aponeurosis. Then there is deep fascia in the roof. The boundaries of cubital fossa, literally, this muscle here, this is the brachioradialis muscle. So lateral boundary is formed by the medial border of brachioradialis. Medially, the medial boundary is formed by the lateral border of pronator teres muscle. This is the pronator teres muscle. The apex is here, where the brachioradialis and the pronator teres meet. This is the apex. And the base is formed by an imaginary line joining medial epicondyle. This is medial epicondyle and the lateral epicondyle. So this is the base. So base is formed by imaginary line joining medial and lateral epicondyles. The apex is the meeting point of brachioradialis and pronator teres muscles. So this triangular intermuscular interval, this is the cubital fossa. Now in the content of the cubital fossa, we see from medial to lateral side, 1. The median knob. This is the median knob, which enters the forearm by passing between the two heads of pronator teres muscle. This is pronator teres, which has superficial head and a deep head. Between the two heads passes the median knob. Lateral to median knob, this is the brachial artery. The brachial artery is dividing into its two terminal branches, namely radial artery, which goes laterally, and this is the ulnar artery. The radial artery runs downward and laterally, and it is more superficial compared to the ulnar artery. The ulnar artery is deeper, and it runs deep to the deep head of pronator teres muscle. So here we can see from superficial to deep. This is the superficial head of pronator teres. Then there is a median knob. Then there is a deep head of pronator teres. And the deepest is a ulnar artery. Next to brachial artery, the third structure here is the tendon of biceps brachii. This is the tendon of biceps brachii. and lateral to it. The last content is the radial nerve. So this is the radial nerve. And here the radial nerve is dividing into its two branches. This is the superficial branch, which runs beneath brachioradialis muscle. The superficial branch is a cutaneous nerve, and the other thick branch is the deep branch of the radial nerve. The deep branch of radial nerve is known as posterior interosseous nerve, which pierces the supinator muscle here and goes in the posterior compartment of the forearm to supply the extensor muscles. So these are the contents of cubital fossa from medial to lateral. We must know median nerve, brachial artery dividing into ulnar and radial arteries, then the tendon of biceps, and the radial nerve, which is dividing into superficial branch, and the deep branch, which is known as posterior interosseous nerve. The floor of the cubital fossa is formed by this muscle, which is the brachialis muscle. So this is the floor of cubital fossa formed by brachialis and supinator muscle. So the floor is formed by brachialis and supinator muscles. Thank you.